JUP is considered the oldest manufacturer of wall paints in Slovenia and in the region. The beginnings of the production of mineral paints in Dol pri Ljubljani, where the company's headquarters are still located, date back to 1875. Today, JUP is a distinctly international company that exports its products to more than 30 countries in Europe and the world. The JUP Group consists of 12 companies in Slovenia and Europe. The umbrella company is JUP d.o.o. with headquarters in Dol pri Ljubljani. Most of JUP's activities are related to its own production of construction finishing materials, both in the field of decorative treatment of interior wall surfaces, as well as in the field of facade systems, insulation, and other professional programs. JUP guarantees success through a combination of strengths, including more than 145 years of expertise and development in the field of paints, a state-of-the-art technological research center, and the highest requirements for quality in the development of new products. JUP produces a wide range of products that offer systemic and at the same time optimal solutions for the treatment and painting of interior wall substrates. The JUP brand has been synonymous with quality interior wall paints for over 50 years. JUP also produces products for the protection of wood and metals, which also comply with the strictest standards and requirements for environmental protection. In the field of thermal insulation systems, JUP has been present on the Slovenian and European markets for more than 45 years with its Jubizol brand. Jubizol belongs to the strategic groups of products for exterior decoration and protection, developed in accordance with the system of sustainable construction. In recent years, JUP has also entered the market of energy-efficient, passive, and energy plus houses and, within the framework of its subsidiary JUP Home, offers the construction of turnkey houses or individual ICF elements for construction. The production process in JUP Slovenia is carried out in 4 production plants at 3 locations. Degrees of automation vary from plant to plant and correspond to the type of products and the volume of production. The level of automation is the highest in the plant that produces dispersion products in Dol pri Ljubljani. The production process in this plant is very dynamic and requires simultaneous execution of many technological operations and work orders at the same time, as well as intensive mutual exchanges of data within the SCADA, batch, MES and ERP systems. We produce up to 80 different articles in the plant daily, and we create more than 15,000 work orders annually. Data is the basis for decision-making in every company and every process, and the quality of data depends on its reliability. You can confidently use data with a high degree of reliability for efficient and fast management of any process, advanced reports, and strategic planning. It is crucial for a company to have data available, but this data must be actual, relevant, understandable, and, above all, reliable. Reliable information is the foundation of any production management system and the core of any continuous improvement project. Based on reliable and accurate data, we can improve productivity and reduce costs by optimizing the way we work. At JUP, we are faced with great dynamics in the supply chain, which also affects the production process itself. The production process is complex and simultaneously involves various operations and different systems. Without accurate, fast, and reliable information, production management would be much more difficult and would consequently affect the accuracy of material consumption and stock levels. This directly affects the entire supply process. As industrial processes become more complex and customer requirements constantly change, production planning optimization software now requires more reliable, real-time data than any individual can process.
The introduction of manufacturing operations management in the form of an MES system gave us a singular platform where all production data is available online in real time or on demand. It gives us a comprehensive insight into the status of all production and filling sites, as well as workforce and machine availability. This allows us to make faster decisions that are based on actual data. During the expansion to new plants, we realized that the system is very flexible, and we expanded it from one plant to another without major problems despite the fact that the production processes between the existing and the new plant differed significantly. The system also allows us to develop and test improvements and changes in one plant and then implement those across all other plants. In Yup, we started more than 15 years ago with the digitalization of production and implementation of the main manufacturing operations management functions. Initially, production line operators benefited from the introduction of automated batch process management and the electronic work order, as we initially called the trial version of the MES system. The main goals were to increase productivity by introducing batch process management and by simplifying production management with the introduction of the MES system. We first introduced both systems on the most productive production lines and then expanded both systems across the board through production line replacements and upgrades. The initial implementation of the automated batch process management system required a lot of work, as almost all production automation had to be reprogrammed in accordance with the ISA S88 international standard, also known as batch protocol. The system was then continuously updated and improved, with new functionalities being introduced every year. When improving and introducing new functionalities, we paid the most attention to those areas that relieved the burden on operators, such as printing labels for quality control samples, transferring quality control results to the production workplace, and displaying technology procedures and recipes at workplaces. In production, we now use the main building blocks of manufacturing operations management, from the Synapro batch process management system to the Synapro MES system. MES in Yup represents a platform in which we capture, process, evaluate, and display production process data for use at all stages of the process, from planning and implementation at workplaces to quality control and supervision of the production process. We create the plan for demand and production in the ERP system, while in MES we assign work orders to workplaces. As part of the digitalization of workplaces, we installed computers for displaying the MES system to supplement the computers that were already in place for process control and management, the SCADA client. Due to cybersecurity reasons, these two systems are located on physically separate networks. One of the basic goals of digitalization was the introduction of paperless operation, which included digitized work orders, recipes, operator reports on production and packaging, technology procedures, bills of materials, instructions for safe work with hazardous substances, among other such types of documentation. In the MES system, we collect production data, such as quantities and production times, directly from PLC, and we collect packing weights data directly from dosing and control scales. From the MES computers, we get a range of data that includes user logins, operators' notes during production or stoppages, and data on the progress of work order. We provide operators with additional process control requirements, as well as notes and instructions from production engineers and shift managers. MES provides operators with real-time quality control results that include the average weight trends of the packaged products, allowing us to monitor each individual package and the average of the entire batch, while also providing the necessary bill of materials. All this data is available to operators, shift managers, production engineers, and anyone else with access permissions to view and process this data. We create work orders and corresponding batch numbers in ERP system. Integration of the ERP SAP in the MES system ensures that all necessary data from work orders is transferred to MES. MES then monitors operational execution of the work orders and reports back to ERP when work orders are completed. In this way, we ensure complete traceability from incoming raw materials to finished products. The reports and visualizations of the production process, which we use in the framework of manufacturing operations management, are used differently at different management levels. Filling line operators monitor the correctness of filling quantities according to a work order. Shift managers review daily the produced quantities, stoppages, and the current status of work order execution. We use the reports within the Synapro batch system to detect errors, or when identifying possible deviations in the dosing of components during production. All reports have one thing in common: they make it easier for us to manage the production, to enable us to control it, and to enable timely and correct decisions. Recently, we completed the employee productivity measurement system, where employee productivity is determined at the level of the work order. The system aggregates the data into a monthly working efficiency assessment, considering the norms of individual production lines, types of products, and the concurrency of work on various work tasks. Productivity assessment is currently in the pilot phase and will be used in the future to directly calculate employee performance rewards. Quality control is extremely important in the production of paints. Because the product line includes tints in more than 10,000 shades, the key parameters of the final products must fall within very narrow ranges. Thus, for practically all products, about 10 parameters are checked during and after the end of production. Before the quality control process was integrated into the MES and the business ERP systems, we used our own software solution, and the communication of quality control results between quality control technicians and operators took place via intercoms. There were noises in the communication which sometimes extended the production times. The new integration solved this problem very elegantly by shortening control procedure times, thereby increasing productivity. One of the main advantages brought by recipe manufacturing was also the reproducibility of manufacturing, which significantly reduced the possibility of human errors. With high repeatability, it is much easier to determine the reasons for various deviations in quality control, such as the influence of incoming raw material quality. We use Colaboration in 4 production facilities. It is used in the technological process of manufacturing dispersion products, ranging from interior paints and putties to plasters, and also in the technological process of manufacturing powder products. The entire production process is managed by the Kolektor system, which gives us a lot of advantages over the production method that we used previously. With the recipe management system, we shortened production times and increased productivity. Reproducibility increased and the number of errors decreased. We see the greatest advantages in the adaptability of the system and the speed of response to all the changes in the technological process. In recent years, we have been faced with increasing needs for changes in recipes due to the availability and quality of the raw materials. The system also allows us to quickly implement minor changes in the technological process for various reasons. We introduced the recipe management system in 2006. In the initial phase, we introduced it in the part of production that was most demanding in terms of complexity, but it consequently brought us the greatest improvement in productivity. Later, we expanded it to all plants over a period of several years. In 2018, we integrated Sinapro Batch and Sinapro MES systems with the business ERP system, and as a result, greatly reduced the number of errors in production by relieving the operators from choosing the correct recipes.
One of the main reasons to start a cooperation with Kolektor Sisteh was the competitiveness and completeness of their offer. More than 15 years ago, we introduced a production batch system into the production process. At that time, Kolektor Sisteh was one of the few companies that offer its own batch recipe management system, which was affordable, technologically satisfactory, and was adaptable to our requirements. Together with them, we made the transition to a higher technological level of production control. Later, we rounded off the cooperation with the introduction of the production management system, MES, which at the time we called an electronic work order, but now represents much more to us and is a key production management tool. Our business is exposed to seasonal fluctuations. During high season, the reliability of production capabilities is of the utmost importance, so the responsiveness of any partner in solving problems becomes crucial. There is no worse feeling than when someone lets you down in a partner relationship, while on the other hand, there is no greater satisfaction than a quick and successful joint solution of a problem. Kolektor Sisteh is a partner who stood by us in such moments.